So people often ask, how do I know that there's a creator in the world? And those are obviously they're valid questions. And I've had also many times that people ask me, how do you believe that there's a creator in the world? How do you know? Obviously, there's no way for me to prove someone that there's a creator because the creator is infinite. There's no way to prove that there's a creator on the world. I personally, from my experience in my life, I've gone through so many different things, and I've had personal, like miniature miracles that have happened to me, and there's no way to explain it other than there's a higher power that make these things to happen. There's so many different things that come in perspective in order for a miracle to work. For it to, I don't even know how to say the right word to, but everything, all the dots to connect at the same time. That's how miracles happen. A million different things have to go right in order for that to happen, generally. So what do I want to speak about? There's no way for me to prove that there's a creator. But I want to share one story. Many times I tell people, the stories that I've gone through, the experiences, my miracles, and I tell them my miracles that I've gone through. And fairly, people are amazed, especially people that believe in the Creator and believe in miracles. They're generally amazed. But there's one thing that people are never going to feel. They're never going to feel the emotions and the experience that I actually felt. To me, the stories and the things that I've personally gone through is way more, to me, these stories are way more amazing because there's emotions, there's a million things that can't be explained even though I say over the story. Yes, I can say the story and you could be like, wow, that is truly amazing. But you're never gonna feel the emotions that I felt, which is a normal thing. Here, I want to share one of my stories. And the reason why I want to share the story is because it's exactly 4 years ago from yesterday, from Shabbos, that I've experienced the story. Basically, I was in the West Coast for Shabbos. I was spending Shabbos in the West Coast. And it was Shabbos afternoon. It was more like 11 in the morning. I was at a hotel and I decided to take a nap at about 11 o'clock. Taking that nap, I'm not sure exactly how long my nap was, probably an hour. Basically, I wake up and I sit up. As soon as I woke up, I sat up on my bed and I just felt this thing within me that I cannot tell you, and you won't be able to understand the way that I felt. But basically, this feeling came over in my heart, and for how and what, I don't know, but I knew in my heart that my grandmother passed away. It was just this feeling that I got. I started crying, and I was just sitting on the bed crying, and till this day I have no idea what it was that overcame me. There's no dream that I remember or anything like that. And the whole Shabbos afternoon, my grandmother lived in New York, and the whole Shabbos afternoon is going through my brain. I'm thinking about it, and I just know in my heart that she passed away. So I'm going out. I went out on the field. I started praying. I was crying. I was very emotional, and right before Shabbos, left us, the whole Shabbos I'm thinking to myself, I want to call home. I want to see if the way that I feel is true. When it came out to Shabbos, I don't know what happened. I totally forgot about it. I lost complete focus. I didn't remember the story. All of a sudden, I get a call from my brother about at 10 o'clock because it's 3 hours. New York is 3 hours behind. And I get a call from my brother, and he tells me that my grandmother passed away. And I was very taken back. But in my heart, I knew that my grandmother passed away. So for people that have questions, obviously you can't experience what I experienced, but at the same time, there's no answer to what happened the way that I felt if there's no greater power, there's no higher power. I'm gonna finish up with saying that I've had, thank God, a lot of gifts, and these stories are actually, I consider gifts from Hashem, that He gives me these gifts that I can see Him, that I can, connect to Him more. And most of my stories, what I'm trying to say here, most of my stories that I've experienced was when, at the peak of my spiritual life, when I started connecting, when I was looking for Hashem. So a lot of people say, oh, I don't see Hashem, I can't experience Him. That's because most people are not aware. They don't look to see Hashem in their daily life. But from my experience, when you look, you see. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.